Hello, hello, guys. Hey. Hello, early birds. It is High Priestess Jamila. Hello. Blessed be to all of you witches out there. And then Merry Meet. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. All right. So, happy Wednesday. I'm going to be doing the Dark Goddess walkthrough of the Dark Goddess Oracle deck by Barbara Mecklejohn Free and Flavia Kate Peters. Okay, so also what I want to start, like, never mind. I don't know why I was getting ready to say that. That was like, okay, let me try to get this a little bit better. Okay, so that's a little bit better because it seems like the lighting gets better. All right, so this is High Priestess Jamila. I'm here to show you guys and to explore the Dark Goddess Oracle deck that I got. Okay, so let's get started. Comes with this cute little book. Now, the first thing that I want to say about this deck is that I love, love, love the triple goddess symbolism. Represents the power of the woman. Okay, so I think that that is amazing. And the book goes into great detail about each card and then all of the symbolism. Okay, the Dark Goddess bids you welcome. Your possession of this deck is a clear indication that the time has come for you to engage with the energies of old across the continents, throughout various cultures and beliefs. It is the Dark Goddess that epitomizes these energies and the aspect of our shadow self, often portrayed as a destructive and powerful wise woman. The Dark Goddess is a force to be reckoned with, who can effortlessly whip up a storm and control any situation through her manipulation of this primordial energy. Hey, we've got 5 in the chat. Can y'all hit the thumbs up, please? Thank you. Be it emotional or environmental, the Dark Goddess Oracle deck is not for the faint-hearted who wish to acknowledge only the lighter side of life, thus being only half of who they are. Now, those are not my opinions, okay? This is the writer of the book. The ancient mystery schools taught us to know thyself, yet most people hide, often unaware, behind a facade. I can agree with that. Which is often propagated by unhealthy relationships, society, and the media. If you wish to emerge from the dark web of lies the world is caught in and step into the truth, the Dark Goddess is waiting for you. The Dark Goddess can shed light on that which has been hidden. For when the shadow is revealed, a process of understanding and forgiveness enables you to embrace the parts that serve you, which you can call upon when needed. The Dark Goddess will unearth hidden negative emotions to be exposed and learned from. You may find that you no longer recognize who you are. This will be when the Dark Goddess supports you, encouraging you to dig deep and get to the bottom of the feelings that have prevented you from receiving all that you really need. She will journey with you to the source of the problem, and then together you can decide what you need to shed. When you call upon the Dark Goddess, she will strip you of all that you have known and then quietly wait for you as you sink deeper into an abyss. Here she will meet you and accompany you as you start to acknowledge the darker aspects of yourself. She will give you a choice. You can become a victim and wallow in your self-made cesspit, or you can get to know each of those parts you have feared, ignored, and pushed beneath the surface. Sorry guys, allergies. Either consciously or not, the Dark Goddess will show you the way And even though you will feel isolated and abandoned, she will never leave your side. She may appear as the enemy, but in the long run, when you have emerged, you will find that she was and is a friend. Very good. I agree with that. Okay. The Dark Goddess Oracle cards reveal that which can teach us our greatest lessons. These cards can be used by anyone, man or woman, seeking to regain mastery of all they are and move through life with greater understanding, empathy, and patience, and also grace. You know, that too. I like, life can be very difficult, but if you can get, like, yeah. For the first time, all the challenging emotional aspects of the Dark Goddess in the form of this deck are available to help and guide you. Each card is an opportunity to embrace both sides, the shadow and the light of yourself, and use them to enrich your life experience rather than hold you back. Okay? Okay. So, of course, it tells you how to use this deck, and I'll go over that. Are you ready and willing to re-engage with the guidance of your inner wisdom? Each card in this deck will illuminate the majesty and potential of your shadow self to bring about a more powerful sense of positivity and change in your life. If you guys just want to see the deck, I'll put a timestamp where I actually start looking at the deck. And we'll look. What I'll do is I'll kind of go over each card, and then at the end I'll do a final of just the cards, because some of you guys are just here because you're thinking about buying this deck and you don't want to hear all this. You want to read it yourself. No, Spirit is telling me to read this for some reason aloud. Okay. Okay, so it'll illuminate the majesty and potential of your shadow self to bring about a more powerful sense of positivity and change in your life and in the lives of those around you. This deck puts at your fingertips a vast array of your own emotional tools, myth-based moral tales, real-life experiences, and the elements of nature that allow you access to the source of your inner creator. You can gain wisdom by consulting 48 different portals which span the globe and its range of ancient beliefs. Each one, like this paragraph right here, it says, spend time out in nature, listening and learning by observing everything around you. Become your own interpreter of the cards as inner truth seeks you out. It's a good idea to create a sacred space in which you can consult the Dark Goddess guidance. The simplest way is by first cleansing the room you are in. One way to do this is by burning incense or lighting a candle and dedicating a space for the work you are about to undertake. Sitting comfortably, shuffle the deck. State what you would like to be enlightened about. And there's actually, you can do a single card reading. You can do a 3-card spread with this deck. And there's also a triskelion spread. Okay, so the 1 card could possibly be like daily guidance or just whenever. Three-card spread is well, it's not past, present, future, but I guess this triskelion spread is a source of eternal wisdom through unity. And here its 3 spirals represent the maiden, mother, and crone aspect of the Dark Goddess. 4 cards are drawn for this reading. Present, offering goddess. This card invites help from the crone aspect. Okay. Past, influence, potential outcome, and sample interpretations. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the cards finally. Okay. So we're going to take an in-depth look at the cards. First is a ratchet. No. Let me flip it up. So the cards are really, really beautiful. Okay, first of all, they are, I think this is called what, embossing or something. So both of the Oracle decks that I just recently got, which the other one was the Witch's Kitchen. By the way, I'll link in the comments the link to that video. Okay, so Arachne or hubris, Oh, you can't really see them. I struggle on the light in this room for some reason. And, ooh. Okay, guys, we're going to change locations real quick. It'll literally take like 2 seconds. So just bear with me. I know that there's some of you that don't respond well to change. Like, wait a minute, what are we doing? Because I'm sitting here, I've got my log cabin fire ambience going with the rain sounds in the background. And I was really comfortable in here, but the lighting is not good. And so it would just be like, I think it'll be better if we go into a room with better lighting. So we are going to go back to my altar room, okay? All right, oops. Sorry, guys. This is live, so, you know. Okay, first I'm going to take the phone back there and this other stuff because I got to make 2 trips. I'm wondering, because I may not want to turn on that overhead light. My tree might be enough. It is always so peaceful back here, I swear. Okay, so I think I'm going to put... Okay, guys, I promise I'm going to get started. A lot of y'all are asleep anyway right now. Like I said, I'm going to timestamp this. What is that smell in here? Okay, guys, so here I am. I'm back. I'm going to sit down right here. I may have to adjust my camera again. Okay. Sorry, guys. I've got all kind of work all out and stuff. So I've been working on cases. By the way, I do offer work for the public. So if you guys want to contact me, you can. I don't know why I didn't just start this back here. I kind of had a feeling that the lighting was not going to be the best. And I might as well go ahead and consecrate them while I'm at it. Welcome to the chat, guys. If you could hit that thumbs up for me, I would really appreciate the positive energy. Thank you. All right, so back to the deck. Oh, Lord. That was a challenge a little bit. I should have cleaned this thing off. Okay, so back to the deck. We've got Arachne. And let me get back to my page that I was on. Okay. So I'm not going to read it word for word or paragraph by paragraph. I'm just going to highlight so that this doesn't take forever. The first goddess, dark goddess in this deck. Oh, Arachne represents some sort of deceit that you've been caught in, and that the hubris that is your life. Okay, it says it's not easy for you, and instead of shining your light brightly, you've hidden your gifts and abilities. The problem is the scales have tipped and there is no healthy balance. So now it seems you boast your greatness to anyone who will listen. Important to remember that nobody likes a show off. Okay, competing in this world is not easy, yet you have done well to promote yourself to the top of the haughty superiority. Okay. As Arachne looks at you with her super skilled spider sight, only insecurity and self-doubt make an appearance. Ooh, I don't ever want to get this card. Your lack of self-confidence is clear to see and is the culprit behind your pomposity. Never heard of that word. Time to untangle yourself from this sticky web. Ooh, I hope I never get this card. Maybe it means something else, though. It doesn't necessarily have to mean something negative, though. Okay, she says to face your fear of spiders. Are you coming from a place of ego or from the heart? Be careful not to brag. Don't try so hard. You will receive the recognition you deserve. Okay, so see, there's the positive message right there. Be the real you. Yes, okay. Yes, goddess. Be the real you. Weave your life constructively. A spider indicates choices to be made. Okay. So that is the Arachne card. Let's try to get through. Okay, and then we have Aradia or Aradia. Now, there was some complaints about the illustrations in this deck. I don't really have any quarrels with it. I think that the illustrations are doing what they're supposed to do. Obviously, Aradia is a protective goddess, okay? Okay, this is the goddess that you call to when you feel under attack. And I literally do an incantation, guys, that has Aradia's name in it in my exorcism incantation. You guys have heard it several times. And I found that incantation to banish bad spirits. I found it years ago. And it actually works very well. So there's Aradia or Aradia. You could call you. It doesn't tell you how to pronounce their names, which, you know, probably would have been good for them to do that. But then again, I mean, pronunciation, I guess you could say it's important. Okay, so it says there are only so many times one can endure harsh criticism, judgment, and unfair comments. You feel that you are always under attack, and so defense has become your immediate response mechanism. Sadly, because you feel you have to defend that part of you that others fear to understand, you are dimming your light somewhat to avoid persecution. Deep. Aradia will guard you well as she encourages you to ignore the opinions of others. Yes, very empowering. Fully embrace exactly who you are and remind you that the power lives within you. And another thing that she's saying is that if people don't have nothing to judge you about, they're going to make up something to judge you for. Okay, quit being on the defensive. I remember my grandmother used to tell me that years ago. Years ago. Past hurts are affecting your reactions. Never mistake kindness for weakness. Stand strong in your convictions. Okay, and that's all I'm going to read from there. I am definitely going to do some readings with this deck. Now that I have both decks here, I'm going to grab my webcam and I'm going to get to work because I'll be able to record readings onto my computer because obviously there's a lot of space on it. So get ready for that, okay? It's coming. Hit the thumbs up for that. because I believe this is something that this channel has been needing for quite some time. It's nothing like a good reading, especially if you've got the right background, you've got the right energy, and you know, I love readings, okay, especially you know, with you know, people when they have their crystals, their stones, their candles. This is really beautiful. Very relaxing. Ornamentia. Ornamentia represents integrity. Replace your critical thoughts with positive statements. Ornamentia. She is I forgot to read because they've got also the deck tells you a little bit about the dark goddess. So there's a paragraph where you'll learn the origins of the goddesses. So this book is very good. She's it says arch, I don't know why I can't. Anyway, critic of Celtic origin, Ornamentia was a water goddess whose sacred grove is found at the Buxton Springs in England. The Cori Talvi worshipped. She who dwells in the sacred grove long before the Romans came were two springs close together on the valley floor. Those who drank of her waters was cured of wasting, disease, and sickness. So obviously she would be a healer. That would be a way to heal yourself, replacing your critical thoughts with positive statements. Obviously, when I do readings, though, I use a lot of my intuition with my readings, and it's never failed me. So, of course, you know, because I think it's interesting to learn as well. These, by the way, these would make great flashcards if you're trying to learn about magic or learn about the goddesses. These cards are extremely good for that, okay? Okay, next up, the Baba Yaga represents loss. Ooh, there's a glare, of course. Horrible glare, too. Good Lord. Where the heck is that glare coming from? I wonder if it's coming from that candle somehow. Y'all see that? It is so strange that that's happening. It almost looks like a face, but it looks like a candle. Weird. Very weird. Hey. Hey, Joe. Who's that? Jai and who is that? Oh, fuck. Sorry about that. That is Lion 21777. Hello. Good morning. Okay, so the Baba Yaga, even though there's a ghost face showing up in it. Oh, okay, we can do it. Let's do it like that. Then we won't see the little scary ghost face. Okay, she is an archetypal thief of Slavic origin and a supernatural goddess who dwelled in the forest. She was of the forest itself. Children in particular were warned not to venture off, for the Baba Yaga would ensnare them and they would be lost forever. Baba Yaga was very crafty, so some people actively chose to seek out her advice, but only she would decide whether to help or hinder. Ooh. So I wonder if any of you work with this goddess. You can leave a comment. Spend time connecting with the forest. You have lost sight of who you are. Something that has been lost to you will return. Don't lose faith. Stop trying to seek attention. You aren't using all of your true potential. Something is being hidden from you. Open your eyes. Okay, so I like already whoever wrote this book. I wonder what zodiac sign they are. I'll probably try to look that up later. Whoever wrote the book. Okay. K-Leech. Notice how that, well, okay, so the glare comes back. But why does it seem to be moving Okay, if I hold it up. Gaelic, survival of Gaelic origin. Cailleach was one of the first revered goddesses. The veiled one resided high on cliff tops and was associated with wet and windy weather. She endured all things, outliving those around her. She epitomized the circle of life through the seasons, for without her enforced dormancy, there could not have been energy left for spring and summer to follow. Yeah, it makes sense. So this card, ooh, this is a good card. She is a good sign, which, we'll explore the rest of them. You work hard and inspire many. The worst is behind you. Experiences make you stronger. Yes, I agree. And you know what? I think it's nice gaining insight from the different goddesses because, they may represent an energy in your life, or they could represent you at a certain time, or just, some kind of wisdom or guidance. This is either Caridwen or Suridwen. Now, I really like this illustration. This is beautiful. And I really didn't get a chance to actually look at the other one, the last one. This one, what stands out to me is the cauldron. And I like how it includes a little spell that you can do too. It has like a little spell that an incantation that you can do. That's nice. Hubble bubble, cast out trouble. Clear your mind now on the double. Sip of magic from her potions. Ideas inspire creative notions. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. I like that. Now, she is of Welsh origin. Her firstborn son was so hideous that she concocted a potion in her magical cauldron. Awen to make him a poetic genius so he would be valued in some way rather than ostracized for his appearance. Sadly, her servant accidentally drank the potion. She devoured him as punishment and then gave birth to the most beautiful boy. Wow, well, what happened to the baby? Oh, that's very, very, wow. I think that would be worth doing some research on, guys. Negative views have clouded your outlook. Observe your thoughts carefully. Change negative words to positive ones. And I was going to say that she seems to represent alchemy or transmutation. Okay, which is what it looks like she's doing with that cauldron. Okay, thank you. Blessed be to the goddess. Okay, blessed be to the goddess. She is very inspiring. Hit the thumbs up for the dark goddesses. Okay. Change is the next dark goddess. Shanjay. It looks like change, but it has like a little, there we go. It has like a little asterisk. She is a fixator of Chinese origin and obsessed with immortality and returning to the heavens. Shanjay swallowed too much of a special pill. She got stuck halfway, becoming the goddess of the moon, where she now dwells with only rabbits for company. Destined to forever look to the earth and to heaven, contemplating all she left behind. Ooh, she represents obsession. Wow. You know what? I think I've picked up on her energy sometimes, especially during the full moon. I've picked up on this goddess's energy before. Is a particular person really worth all of your investment right now? Take a moment to clear your head. Stop worrying and actually do something about it. Don't make the pursuit of money your master, because there are some things it just can't buy. Heed the advice of those who have gone before you, is what this card means. Okay. So moving forward. Oh, I didn't really get to look at all of, oh, look at that. Wow. Very interesting. She must be very fertile too because of all those rabbits around her. Hmm. Okay, the next dark goddess that we're going to explore is the deer woman. Yes. Beautiful. I love this one. Y'all know I love deers. The deer is my spirit animal. A temptress loves temptation, sin. Seduction lures innocence in. Fooled be not by woodland mist. Take heed, wise up, time to resist. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. Oh, so if you get this card, then you may be tempted to do something that you might want to leave alone. Is basically what this card means. Temptress of North American origin, dear woman, lures men of ill morals into the woods never to return. Young adults and prepubescents are warned about her. She can be banished through the use of chanting and tobacco. Spells she casts can be broken by looking at her cloven hooves. Sightings of her are a sign of personal transformation or can be viewed as a warning. Okay, so basically it says you have feelings for another. The chance to make a quick buck presents itself. Some things are better left alone. Someone is trying to drag you back. Stay on the right side of the law. Seek help for a relapse. Don't lend money on a whim. If something looks too good to be true, that's because it is. Okay. Oh, I like this name. Then we have Ditty. Ditty. And notice that I am burning some frank and myrrh because, you know, some of these dark goddesses, boy, they got some energy on them, especially this one. Represents revenge. Let's clear off any negative energies. Okay. She is the avenger of Indian origin. DT wanted a son more powerful than Indra, who had killed her previous children. But Indra used the thunderbolt to splinter the fetus into many pieces, creating the 49 Marits. Didi was also instrumental in the partitioning of India into Hindu and Tamil, North and South India, to gain control of autonomy over the gods. So what this card means is that you need to think about what you should do rather than what you want to do. Don't act in haste. Your partner's ex could be on the warpath, is what this card means. Think through all your options before taking drastic action. Tell someone how you really feel about a situation causing you sleepless nights. Negative behavior needs to be addressed, okay? So the next goddess is Aingana, representing health. Oh, she looks like a snake woman. Aingana is a shaman of Aboriginal origin. She is also known as the Dreamtime Snake. Dreamtime Snake. She is the primordial goddess of dreamtime and the mother of humanity and of all water animals. She bestows health and longevity that is sustained through her invisible, mystical umbilical cord attached to every living thing. Her demise would therefore see the death of us all. Whoa. Whoa. I have been contacted by this goddess. In fact, I think this goddess has sometimes possesses me because I have said the same exact thing. And then also, why water animals? Wow. So what this card means is get yourself checked out. Speak about what ails you. For help is at hand from an unexpected source. You are not alone in your troubles. And other can offer great guidance. Exercise more, eat well, and drink plenty of water and breathe. Walk in nature. Good Lord, this goddess, I'm gonna, you know what, some of them I'm gonna put to the side because I wanna just look at them again. Okay. Ereshkigal is the next dark goddess of coercion, represents coercion. Oh, come on, glare. Go away, glare. It seems to move around because where I placed the cards the last time doesn't work. Okay, there we go. Coercion, forcing to conform, enticement in its darkest form. Never jump to each demand. Threats be gone, now take a stand. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. Yes, I agree with that one. So, she is the blackmailer of Sumerian origin. She passes judgment on the deceased. Ereshkigal famously threatened the king of the gods himself, saying she would bring all the dead back to life and release them upon the world unless her lover, Nergal was allowed to stay and rule with her. She got her way. So this card means don't give in to emotional blackmail. Confide in someone you trust. Make a list of your priorities and put yourself first. And be careful with whom you share your secrets. Someone is asking too many personal questions. Hello? 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 Yes. Let's put her to the side. Okay, Urzuli. Oh, yeah, we love her. She represents prosperity. Oh, look, I like this card. I like the illustration. I'm not seeing any problem with any of the illustrations that I've saw so far. Success and riches for the taking, excessive action needs forsaking. Clearing out to give away, prosperity will come one day. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. So she is of Haitian origin, clever, cunning, and multi-talented. Urzuli managed 3 husbands who provided her with a lavish and luxurious. See, I've got some kind of connection with this goddess. This goddess, hey, Orion's daughter, good morning, sweetie. Listen, this goddess has contacted. I have been this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like some kind of reunion with her right now. I'm not even going to lie to you, because what she says to me is that, you know, especially having 3 husbands, that would just, like, imagine if you had 3 husbands. Love this one, okay? She embodies all ages of the goddess and welcomes offerings of cakes, alcohol, and jewelry in return for protection, or avenging those who suffer at the hands of greedy, promiscuous, selfish, or irresponsible. So this represents avoiding borrowing too much money as strings are always attached. A lie is being exposed. Time to choose the right person for you and stop stringing others along. Means to clear out your space. Recycle more, waste less. Yeah. I don't know why the last 3 have. Okay. Famnach. I may be mispronouncing this. Represents envy in this deck. She is an obsessor of Irish origin. Famnach was versed in all things Tuatha De Danann. She was so jealous of her husband's second wife, Etain, that she plotted to remove her by using magic, such as transforming Etain into a butterfly to be blown away. Her attempts failed and she eventually lost her head as a result. So this represents there's someone who should be avoided. A crush has gone too far. Time to cut ties and move on. Beware of plagiarism. Stop manipulating another one's free will. Your life path is yours to own and walk alone. Protect yourself from jealousy. Try to balance your material and spiritual lives. It's what that one represents. Okay. Hello. Hello to the chat. Can y'all hit the thumbs up for a sister? Fortuna. That's actually wealth in Latin, I believe. Fortuna is wealth in Latin, but it represents fate. She's the gambler of Roman origin. Fortuna was the goddess of chance, regarded as the bearer of prosperity and abundance. As such, she resembles a fertility deity, hence her association with the bounty of the soul and the fruitlessness of women. Frequently, she was an oracular goddess consulted in various ways regarding the future. Ooh, I have a connection with her. Okay, I do. Okay, the ones that I feel really connected with, I'm going to put to the side. Okay. Then we have up next Gaia. Very nice. I'm just looking at the illustration. Nice. We have Gaia representing creation. She is a manifester of Greek origin. She is earth as we know it, a living, breathing, life-giving, and life-ending entity. But she is not without her boundaries or her limits of creation. For new things, ideas, life to come forth and be birthed. So two old, tried, and tested things must eventually return to her, keeping the balance just so. So this means you are being distracted from your path if this card shows up. Time to focus on what is truly important to you. Be true to your beliefs and yourself. Don't give in to the demands of others. Set clear boundaries. Be responsible for your actions. Okay? Seize the day and create the life that you want. So yeah, I'm connected with her as well. But I work with Mother Earth all the time. Okay, so okay, y'all gonna, and I may butcher this one. Ooh, goodness gracious! I love this illustration. Nice, pretty dress too. I love the wardrobe. What they're wearing is really pretty. Okay, so she represents wrath. Antagonist of Haitian origin, Gua Bonsex dealt out hurricanes, earthquakes, and other such disasters of nature and enlisted the help of other gods to do so. However, she never released these storms willy-nilly. She won't stand for neglect of the appropriate Zemi worship, lack of offerings, or general disrespect of her awesome powers in manipulating the elements. So, yeah, if you work with her, you better give her some offerings, okay? And please don't be disrespectful. She looks really scary. Someone is out to cause trouble is what she means, though. Your past is catching up with you. Okay, so karma, something coming back to you. Stop antagonizing the situation. Your habit of deliberately arousing hostility will alienate you, is what this card can mean. Don't back down for fear of incurring someone's fury. Okay, I'm going to put this one to the side for a dear friend of mine that I love. He may need to learn more about her. Okay. In fact, let me put that in a second pile right there. Okay. All right. Hecate. Yes. Okay. Notice how there's no glare in her card. You can see exactly what that represents, the triple goddess. She's the guardian of Greek origin. Hecate was the goddess of magic, witchcraft, the night, the moon, ghosts, and necromancy. She was the only child of the Titans, Perseus and Asteria, from whom she received her power over heaven, earth, and sea. She became the embodiment of the triple goddess with far-reaching powers and a wealth of wisdom. Okay? Yes, I actually work with her every single day, actually. Many of us do. Her keyword is protection. Definitely like the illustration, have no issue with it. Definitely the card represents Hecate. I think it's a beautiful card, okay? Oh, now there's a little glare. So what this card means is shielding someone from the truth is not helping them right now. Focus on your own ability to listen rather than your need to lecture. She can mean an old flame is circling. Ensure your insurance policies are valid and up to date, and make the repairs to your home that you have been neglecting is what she represents. Okay. Well, I don't necessarily need to put her to the side because I already know lots about her. Okay. The next goddess is Hell. Here's her card. Representing concealment, hoarder of Norse origin, Hel had authority over 9 worlds, administering board and lodging to those sent to her, including those who die of sickness or old age. This black and white mistress of the underworld liked to accumulate the chattels of those who were sent to her, hoarding this wealth and telling none should anyone wish to steal from her. This card represents the time for a spring clean. Get rid of any clutter and energize your home. Open windows and let in the fresh air. Don't keep anything you don't want simply because you feel you should, just to please others. Only you know what it is you are hiding. Take steps to overcome anything that is not allowing you to feel free. Sound like she's telling you to get rid of that Bible too, some of y'all. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Hainuitapu is the next one. Hainuitapu. Ooh, representing trust in this deck. She is a skeptic of Polynesian origin. Hainuitapu turned her back on the light and fled to the underworld. And I know that little asterisk above the O is telling me how to pronounce it, but yeah, I'll look it up, how to pronounce her name. Okay, she turned her back on the light and fled to the underworld, having discovered that the father of her children was also her own father. Unable to live with the shame she felt at this betrayal, she embraced death, becoming its goddess. She is salvation and the chance for all to be reborn, literally through her body. So what this card represents is very interesting. I got chills, so there was a spirit that moved through me with that one. You are being given a second chance. Walk away from a bad situation. Learn to trust your gut feeling. Don't dwell in the past and learn from your mistakes. Is what this card represents. Okay. Okay. Hi, Dark Man. It's funny you would show up when we're talking about the trust card. Isn't that interesting? Welcome. Okay. Anana. Ooh, that's a pretty card. She looks like a belly dancer. Represents seduction. She is a seducer of Sumerian origin. She was the goddess of sex, war, and political power, and was the original version of the goddess Ishtar. Her powers of seduction knows no bounds, enabling her to win over hearts, minds, and entire realms. So yeah, she's pretty powerful. Careful, for you are about to be swept away. An offer seems too good to be true is what she can represent. Remember that everybody has free will. Don't be coerced into anything. Be strong and stand your ground. Be truthful, integral, consistent, and assertive. Use your captivating ways for the highest good. Nice. And, you, of course, that you guys can have your own interpretations of these cards. You don't necessarily have to go by what's in the book, okay? They say that perception is reality. Next, we have Anara, representing trickery. If I can get rid of that annoying glare, there we go. Okay, so she is a trickster of Hittite origin and the goddess of the wild animals, becoming at one with all manner of beings, from dragons to mortal men, in order to trick them. During a special feast, she lures in the dragon Ilyanka, enlisting the aid of Hephaestus by becoming his lover. When the dragon is drunk, he is tied up and slain, thereby preserving creation. Okay, so this represents don't be tricked. Okay, or if you may find yourself trapped, don't let others ride on your coattails and take credit for your success, and protect your work is what this card represents. Okay. Isis is the next dark goddess. I actually like her picture. In fact, she looks a lot like, who's that actress? And I was just thinking about her earlier today. Good Lord. And for some reason, I'll think of it in a minute. Okay, so we have the goddess Isis representing resurrection. She is the martyr of Egyptian origin. Angela Bassett, who I was trying to think of. In this picture, that picture looks like Angela Bassett to me. She was worshipped as the ideal mother, wife, protector of the dead, and patroness of magic. Isis was instrumental in the resurrection of Osiris. She restored his body to life after having gathered the body parts that have been strewn about the earth by Set. So this card actually represents stop behaving like a martyr, always help with a loving heart and never resentment. Hand any guilt over to Isis is what this card can mean, and make a commitment to be kind to yourself. Okay. Also taking control and responsibility for your life. All right. So next up we got, I am never going to be able to, it's Papalato. It's Papalato. It's Papalato. Represents purification. She is the purifier of Aztec origin. This obsidian butterfly is a fearsome warrior goddess. Why did I say godless? Goddess ruled over the paradise world. To Mochin, where humans were created, its Papalato was the patron of the day and of women and children who died in childbirth. To pass through her kingdom is to be cleansed of all ills and reborn again. As a star demon, she sometimes did this by devouring people during solar eclipses. Ooh, this was interesting. So this says, listen to friendly advice, pay off your debts while you can. An unexpected pregnancy is announced if this card comes up. Don't put off going to the doctor. Don't agree with that, but whatever. Up next, look at who we got, y'all. We got Kali Ma. Actually, love this card. Kali Ma, the goddess of destruction. She's the destroyer of Indian origin as an embodiment of time. Kali devours all things. She is irresistibly attractive to mortals and gods, and also represents the benevolence of a mother goddess. Kali's dark skin is symbolic of eternal darkness, which has the potential to both destroy and create. And the foresight on this card is don't give up, keep going. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Everything happens for a reason. Release the old so the new can enter in. Walk away from harsh energies. Or a new, she can represent a new relationship is waiting in the wings. Okay. Also to remember that everything is divinely timed, which I totally agree with. I love Kali Ma. Okay, next up we have Lilith. Okay. Lilith, of course, represents equality. She is of egalitarian of the Mesopotamian origin. She was Adam's first wife, created as an equal, but fell out with Adam when insisting on equality. Lilith left, and Eve was then created from Adam. Lilith can be seen as the first lady of creation and is such as a par with man, created in God's feminine energy, inner image. And I said energy. I'm starting to put two words together. Okay, energy is going to end up being a word. I just know it. INEGY, energy. That's going to end up being a word. Trust me. It probably already is a word. So the foresight on this one is don't ever put yourself down or feel inferior to anyone. Hello? Thank you, goddess. I work with Lilith quite often. I worked with Lilith a lot the past 3 to 5 years. Like literally the past 5 years I have been working with her. Hold on to your beliefs and don't be swayed by another's. You are as good as anyone else. That is the message that she brings in, though. She's really good, especially when you're feeling oppressed and discriminated against. I always call to Lilith every single time that happens to me. She is amazing. Next up, we have Ma'at, okay, who represents judgment. Do I like this illustration of Ma'at? Yeah, actually, it's got all of the symbolism that represents her. She has her heart in one hand, and she has a heart in one hand, and then a feather in the other one. Okay, so she is a judge of Egyptian origin, the daughter of Ra and wife of Thoth. She decided whether a person would successfully reach the afterlife by weighing their soul in the form of the heart against her feather of truth, and was the personification of the cosmic order and a representation of the stability of the universe. Okay, and so the foresight on this card is avoiding criticizing the efforts of others. You have been judging yourself too harshly. Someone is keeping the truth from you. Don't be afraid to speak up. Your honesty will ensure the desired outcome. I always tell y'all about that. Look, if I don't care what it is, I am going to speak my heart. I would never, ever, ever lie about something or perpetrate some kind of fraud. Okay. She also represents the worst is now behind you. I'm going to put this one in this pile too right here for a friend of mine. You like Lilith too? That's interesting. I'm going to have to go back and read y'all chats. Okay, so next up is Maeve. Oh, Sheila. Okay, before we get into her, I got to mute real quick. I'll be right back, guys. Right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So we're going to look at Maeve. Comes up next. Okay, represents determination. So she is a leader of Irish origin. Her determination got her what she wanted. Victory in battle and the conquest of men. Her name means intoxicated woman, and she was associated with substances like mead and mind-altering herbs. Okay, marijuana, maybe. Ancient kings of Ireland married her when they came to the throne in order that she would bestow her powerful gifts upon them. So the foresight on this card is a life-changing offer is imminent. You will be forced to choose between two people. A promotion or a job change presents itself. A local political career beckons, or taking charge of a domestic situation. You may want to call to her, single moms may want to call on her for her help. Okay. Invitations will come thick and fast. Plan well. You can make the most of them all. Okay, so very interesting. Maeve. You know what? Matter of fact, we'll put her over there. Okay, next up we have Maman Brigitte. And I really do love this person in this card is just really pretty. She's really pretty. So we've got Brigitte here representing redemption. She is the redeemer of Haitian origin. This goddess of justice is one of the most powerful in the voodoo belief system. She guards over cemeteries. A figure representing this goddess is the first female burial in every voodoo cemetery. So that those laid to rest may, Maman Brigitte willing, be redeemed of their sins or the sins inflicted upon them. Okay, and this represents looking before you leap. A stranger saves the day. Time to say sorry to somebody. You have some making up to do, making amends. Yeah. So if you get that one, that's what that means, okay? Work with the element of fire to eliminate negative thoughts and behaviors. So y'all know I use fire all up in here. I'm gonna put her to the side too, so I can read up a little bit on her later. Okay, so we've got Medea. Medea. This is really a nice card. I like the way that they have her facing her back to you. She's representing deception. She is a deceiver of Greek origin. Medea unscrupulously used her magical powers to help Jason, leader of the Argonauts, obtain the golden fleece from her father. She married Jason and used all manner of magic to help him. However, when Medea's powers and deceptions finally failed her and Jason deserted her for the daughter of King Creon, she went on a murderous rampage, including killing her own children by Jason. Damn. Wow. So she's a really, really dark goddess. So what she represents is you are having the wool pulled over your eyes. Honesty will be the best policy when applying for a new job. Speak up even if you think you are alone and others will support you. And be thorough with paperwork. Sign nothing until you are absolutely sure. Wow. I'm going to put this in my other pile here. Very interesting. And I wonder if her name, like, am I pronouncing it just like Medea? Y'all know that reminds me of the Medea, the movies with, you know Medea. I can't think of his name right now. Next up, we have Medusa. Okay, a lot of people will probably not agree with this card because of her being very fair-skinned. And when we think of Medusa is very dark. Okay, not even just very dark, more so reddish. Okay, I would have liked to have seen more of a reddish, undertone. But she is the narcissist of Greek origin. This Gorgon would petrify anyone foolish enough to meet her gaze, which she actively encouraged. Her reign only ended when she was finally decapitated by Perseus. So legendary was her power that depictions of her head appeared on buildings and shields to ward off evil spirits and physical harm. And what this card will represent in a reading would be to rethink your priorities. Your self-obsessed attitude can be vexing. Never judge a book by its cover. Treasure will be found if you look deep enough. Get out of a narcissistic relationship. Look your fears in the face. And acceptance now brings healing. Okay? All right, next up we have the Morrigan. Yes, I don't know if you guys have ever worked with her. I worked with her a little bit last year because I was doing my fall was the fall equinox. Okay, representing sovereignty. Oh yeah, I like her. You can tell she's a warrior. She is a warrior of Celtic origin. She is a complex goddess, blunt, rough, violent, and has the ability to take animal form. A crow or a raven, a cow or a wolf as well. She was worshipped most as the battle raven, determining whether you walked off the field of battle or were you carried off upon your shield. Okay? So this card can represent a storm is brewing. Don't avoid conflict. Face it. You're being too defensive with others. A new piece of evidence assists your case. Don't back down. Maybe take a softer approach. So it's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of like, I guess it would depend on the other cards or whatever. This card can also mean to build up your mental and physical strength. I'm put her on in my pal. I like her. I like the Celtic gods, guys. I really do. I have a strong connection with them. Could have something to do with, I don't know. It could have something to do with my roots. I do have an Irish last name, so. Okay, up next we have Nematona, representing secrecy. Ooh. Y'all know what that means. Somebody is sneaking around behind your back. She is the hermit of Germanic origin and primarily worshipped across Germany, France, and England. She guarded sacred groves of trees wherein the soul became hushed and calm. At one with nature and the goddess, she was linked to Reganimatus, king of the sacred grove, who was also associated with Mars. So she's representing, don't keep secrets from your partner, for the truth is going to come out. You need to get something off your chest. Bottling up your emotions is not the answer. Talk to a friend or a therapist that you can trust. Someone is keeping a secret from you. Yeah, that's what I felt that this card would represent. Okay, this can also represent you having protection. Okay, if it comes up in a reading. Okay, next up we have Nuba, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. She's obviously of Chinese origin, representing denial. She is the miser of Chinese origin. This green-clad goddess of drought descended from heaven to aid her father, Huangdi, during a mighty battle against a wind god, Thingbo, and a rain god, Yushi. Her drought power denied their victory. But instead of returning to heaven, she ran off to wander the earth, causing droughts and famine wherever she went. Wow. Okay. Kind of reminds me, you know what she reminds me of is The Grudge. Crazy thing about it is that I just, you know what? I'm gonna put her to the side. I'm gonna put her in a different pile, because if you look at the movie The Grudge and the new Grudge that just came out, she actually came to America, kind of almost symbolic of the corona. So maybe we'll kind of dwell on that in a separate video, though. Very, very interesting. Might be connected, and she's not causing illness, but okay. So this means to make peace with a family member. Express your love more often with a kiss or a hug, or tell people I love you. Take better care of your body. Drink more water every day. Be generous with your time and rein in the excesses in your life. So I'm going to put her in my friends pile there. Okay. Then we've got the Nyx is the next goddess up. Oh, I love her. Look at how they have her depicted. They must really love her. Look at that card. She is just looking like a goddess, okay? These cards are actually very beautiful. Whoever did the illustrations. She is the confider of Greek origin, the primordial goddess of the night. She is a figure of such exceptional power and beauty that she is feared by Zeus himself. Mother of all creatures of the night, including vampires, lichen, werewolves, etc., all can go to her and find comfort, respite, and bear their souls in confidence. Ooh. So this is the goddess that Princess Cass was actually telling us about. This card represents keep your cards close to your chest. Don't share your ideas with anyone at this time. It can represent you being a great listener and natural counselor. Maybe you need to speak to someone you can trust, retreat and get away from it all, protect your work from the ambition of others. And also appearances can be deceptive. So we're going to put her right here because I want to explore her a little bit more. Okay, next up we have Oya. Oh, I like the Oya one. Isn't that beautiful? She looks gorgeous in this deck. Representing deliverance. I can feel her spirit, like her energy around me somehow. Every time I feel that, it's like a chill that I get in the bottom part of my leg. That's sort of Spirit's way of letting me know something. Okay, so she represents deliverance. She is a reaper of African origin. Oya symbolizes the first and the last breath of life. This primordial deity of immense power and influence was linked to both the Niger and Amazon rivers, yet more often than not, it was the fiercest of winds that heralded her presence. She was the compassionate guardian of the unborn, who after death she delivered to the other side. Okay. Ooh. She can represent a house move further afield is likely. She can represent you needing to let go of old patterns and behaviors. She can represent a job is coming to an end. A death changes your outlook. Ending an unhealthy relationship. A birth in the family is announced. Also, for some reason, Spirit is telling me that what that means, especially when it comes to witches that are in the craft, you deal with your client's energy, or either whoever you're supposed to help, you deal with their energy for a certain amount of time. So that can sometimes mean, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be a witch anymore, you're not going to have clients or something. I think that that's a fear that some people have, which is totally ridiculous, but this can represent that, you know, the work that you're doing with a client could possibly be, there's a completion, there's an ending. There has to be an ending, you know, and an ending is really a new beginning. So, you know, it's kind of like your work here is done, okay, and there's closure. So I feel like this card is representing closure as well, is what Oya is representing. She can represent ending an unhealthy relationship, or either a birth in the family could be getting announced. So she could represent either death or birth. Okay. Next up, we have Pandora. I like Pandora. I think that we should open up Pandora's box sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Hello. She represents curiosity. She is a gifted one of Greek origin and created by the gods as the first mortal woman. She was gifted with many objects and talents, including a box. Though she released the lid and unleashed all sorts of disease, plague, and misery upon the world, Pandora got the lid back on it just in time to save hope. But the cycle of death and rebirth had already been established on Earth. So what she can represent is that a surprise gift will arrive. Using your gifts and talents wisely. Hello. I don't think I would necessarily work with her, but y'all might want to. Okay. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into is what this card represents. Don't be sidelined by curiosity. Hope will pull you through. Face up to the consequences of your actions. Investigate an offer that seems too good to be true. Okay, is what she can represent. I'm gonna put her in my pile, though. We're gonna put her over there because I think that's interesting. Okay. Pele is the next goddess of Pele or Pele. Ooh, I like her. She's obviously a fire goddess. Look at her. Good Lord. Representing transformation. She is the transformer of Polynesian origin. Pele is known for her power, passion, jealousy, capriciousness, in addition to being recognized as the goddess of volcanoes. By devouring land and bringing forth new land in equal measure, she heralds great and significant change. I like her. I like her because I actually like change. I do, especially when it's positive change. Okay. And then the fire element, I've got to say, is probably my favorite element, which is why I work with fire so much. But so this represents taking the pressure off, move on. You're no longer resonating with what you once did. Embrace the element of fire. Partake in a fire walk. Oh, is that when you like walk on hot coals or something? You know, maybe we should try that. I don't know. There would obviously be risks to doing that. Yeah. Okay, Orion's daughter. Okay. Take steps towards your goals. Make a list of what fuels your passion. And a change for the better is on the horizon. Okay. Next up, we have Penthesilea. Penthesilea. Representing being a perpetrator of Greek origin, this queen of the Amazons accidentally killed her own sister whilst hunting. Unable to reconcile what she had done and plagued by guilt, she took to war against the mighty Trojans in order to die an honorable death in battle. Okay, so she's representing guilt. So if this card comes up in your reading, it means to not let a situation get out of hand. Own up to your part in it. Time to move beyond your comfort zone. Maybe time to forgive someone for hurting you. You are not responsible for the actions of others. A guilty secret will be revealed. Ask for advice about how to best tackle a tricky situation. Okay. Next up, we have, and I've seen this name before, Persephone. It's got to be Persephone. She looks really pretty. I like that card. Representing compliance. She is the archetypal victim of, and I know I'm mispronouncing that word, y'all. The victim of Greek origin. She was carried off to the underworld by Hades without struggle. Persephone appears willing to fulfill her function without question, and unlike most goddesses, she is one of a very subservient nature. Wow. This actually reminds me of somebody, Persephone. Okay. So if this comes up, it's time to change the woe is me attitude. You are a victim of any given situation, is what this card can mean. Be positive and look for the best in everything. Your attachment to the past is ruling you emotionally. Join or attend a victim support group. Someone close needs your help, or complying with rules is key. So maybe she can represent the need for compliance. Okay. She's not going to go in my pile because I'm much more of a different type of goddess. You like her? Oh, of course you do. Of course you like her. Okay, Pythia. She is representing knowledge. She is the teacher of Greek origin. This oracle of Delphi held court at Pytho, the sanctuary of the Delphinians, and a sanctuary dedicated to Apollo. Pythia was highly regarded, for it was believed that she channeled prophecies from Apollo himself while steeped in a dreamlike trance. So this means to investigate a teacher's credentials and experience before signing up. Studying will open up new opportunities. It could mean that you may need to stop relying on others to give you the answers. Deep within, you already know, be open to receiving esoteric information and you having a natural ability to teach. So I'm going to put her in my pile. Okay, so the next goddess is Ran, representing abuse. So she is ravage of, she's an archetypal ravage of Norse origin. Ran was seen as the darker, more destructive side of the sea's nature, and she made no bones about it, using her alluring beauty, her legendary long black hair, incredible strength, and her magical net. Her hobby was collecting souls to populate Agerhing, particularly seafaring men, dead or alive. So she's representing learning to manage your anger. You're running the risk of losing a loved one to another. Take long walks by the sea, be romantic, praise others more often. Don't be afraid if you don't have all the answers, and be open to help that is about to be open to the help that is about to be offered to you. Put that over there for my friend. Okay. Next one is Sedna. Sedna representing abandonment. She is the outcast of Inuit origin. Sedna was a beautiful maiden who was ostracized when it was believed that she had been impregnated by a wild animal. Her father took her out on the water to throw her overboard, but she clung to the side of the kayak so tightly that he cut off her fingers. They became sea creatures, and she was immortalized as the goddess of the sea. Very interesting. This can mean that you're holding on way too tight. Maybe you need to let go of those who hurt you. Time to build trust in yourself and others. The love you seek starts from within. It could mean that it's time to become thick-skinned, or either your fears are rooted in the past. Also, a new spiritual family awaits. Isn't that beautiful? You know what? I think that I've been touched by this goddess before because, you know, she was an outcast. And many witches do feel like outcasts. They really do. They don't feel accepted. Okay, so we are almost at the end. Sekhmet. There goes Sekhmet. She is a rebel of Egyptian origin. The powerful one was both a goddess of war and of healing, depicted as a lioness and the fiercest hunter known to the Egyptians. Her breath formed the desert. She protected the pharaohs and went against the grain. When called up, she would rise and lead them in warfare. Okay, there was Sekhmet representing empowerment. Okay. We got like 3 more. Okay, Sheila Nagig. I like her. Look at her. She looks very interesting. She represents desperation, though. She was the warrior, not warrior, warrior of Irish origin. She was hailed as the goddess who granted kingship. She would appear as a lustful hag, and most men would refuse her advances except for one. When he slept with her, she was transformed into a beautiful maiden who would confer royalty onto him and bless his reign. So what this represents is surround yourself with people who value you. Everything is working out perfectly. Learning to trust. Worrying is a sign of a negative prayer. And you know what? I like her. I feel like I want to do more research on her because I've been saying that. I've actually been saying this since I was a kid. I swear to y'all. I have been saying that, like, when you worry about something, it does nothing for the situation. And literally, when you learn to trust, especially yourself and the universe, then you realize that all of that worrying was for nothing. Okay, it can also represent time to put yourself first. A surprise offer of help is presented, and the love you seek is on its way. Okay, is what she can represent. Okay. Then we have Skadi. Skadi. She kind of looks like Tomb Raider a little bit, representing atonement. She is the underdog of Norse origin. Skadi was a giant and she was a giant and she must have been really tall then, I guess, or just a giant. And warrior goddess associated with bow hunting, winter, and mountains. She was a wife first to Njord and later to Odin, but most noted as being responsible for punishing Loki as atonement for his verbal and sexual abuse of the goddesses by physically scarring them and brutally killing his son. Damn. Okay, this means that if this comes up, compensation is due to you. Okay, someone needs to make amends. It can represent maybe time to readdress a situation. A long-awaited payment arrives. This can represent resisting, taking revenge. Yeah. Okay. Also taking heed of the universal law of cause and effect, otherwise karma. Okay. Next up is Skyla. She's representing drama. Ooh. Y'all see her? She is the drama queen of Greek origin. Skyla haunted the rocks of a narrow waterway. Ships that sailed too close to her rocks lost men to her gasp and appetite. Her voice is likened to the yelping of dogs. She is the nature of treacherous waters, stormy, violent seas, and rocky shores made flesh. And so this can represent understanding that gossip affects the subject matter. What goes around comes around. You may have cried wolf too often. Also, don't be so quick to point the finger. Stop trying to steal the limelight. Don't get left in the wings. Someone is dominating a situation. And also the Oscar goes to, so basically, being a drama queen or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Tiamat, representing control. She's the controller of Babylonian origin. Tiamat dwelled in the oceans, predating all other deities. She gave birth to the first generation of creation beings, dragons, and serpents. Upon her death, her body was used to form the land and sky, ensuring her influences over all beings that inhabit Earth. Tiamat lives on via the forces of nature. So she can represent you are more powerful than you think. You may need to enforce some authority. Someone could be trying to influence you. Walk away from those who do not serve your highest interests. Reclaiming your self-power. Investigate your past lives to heal fears of persecution. Put that in my friends pile. Okay. Next is Yuzumi. She's last. Last but not least, Yuzumi, representing persuasion. She is the persuader of Japanese origin using song, dance, and a trick of mirrors. The multi-talented goddess Yuzumi was the only deity who would lead the great sun goddess Amaterasu out of a severe depression, back to her heavenly responsibilities, ensuring the return of light to the earth and fertility of the crops. Okay. So she can represent holding your tongue a little longer, listening to the needs of others, consider local governance, or an organization like Victim Support or Samaritans. Help a friend struggling to be heard. She can represent getting more information before you try and change a loved one's mind, and being open to a different point of view. So that was the last dark goddess. Obviously, this is not a complete list. It really isn't. There's so many more. There are. But this is really a whole lot of them. I don't know. Did y'all enjoy that, or what do y'all think? Hey, Orion's daughter. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to quickly just kind of show y'all the cards, but I really want to take a break real quick and go get me some coffee. So I'm going to leave y'all real quick. Lord, I feel like my body was stuck in that one spot. What happened to our creamer? Oh, here it is. Who put it up here? Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Ooh, all that talking, boy. Sometimes I get out of breath. Okay, y'all, I'm back. So I'm just gonna drink some of this coffee, and like whenever people come to the playback, I'll put the timestamps so that they can skip straight to me just going over the deck, because that was a long talk. That was really long, and some people just, like I said, they just want to see the cards. You can definitely do a reading with these cards too. So I think that they have cards which is like the dark gods, and which is more of the masculine deities, and I do work with masculine deities too, y'all. I do. Some of them are helpful. Okay, so we'll go. It probably won't be completely in alphabetical order this time. There is Arachne, Aradia, and there's that annoying glare. Ornamentia, Baba Yaga. I can just imagine why someone would summon her. K-Leech. Oh, that freaking annoying glare just doesn't want to go away. Kerwidwin. Whoops. Representing inspiration. I'll hold them up like that. Chain J, representing obsession. The dear woman. DT. Famnach. Gaia. Hecate. And then Hell. Or maybe it's Hael or something. Hainenu Tepo. And then Isis. Kali. Lilith. Medusa. Nematona. Or Nematoma. There's Oya. Persephone. The submissive dark goddess. Very interesting. Sekhmet. Skadi. Skyla. And I know that I'm not going in alphabetical order, guys, because I've got them divided in piles. And Yuzumi. Okay, representing persuasion. And then we've also got Shilana Gig. And Setna. Pythia. Penthesilea. Penthesilea. Y'all going to have to help me out a little bit on that. Pele. Pandora. And Nyx. And I'm thinking that's how you pronounce that. The Morgan. There is Maman Brigitte. Maeve. It's Papalato. It's Zapalati. Inara. Nana. Y'all gonna be naming y'all babies after some of these. That is a cute name though, Anana. That's a cute name. Fortuna. Urzuli. Oh, there's that. Oh, I was thinking that's a glare, but that's actually the picture. Irijigao. She's really pretty. Look how pretty that person is. Good Lord. And then Ian Ghana. Ian Ghana. And then we have a few more over here. Tiamat. Ron or Ran. It's got to be Ron. Or maybe it is Ran. Nuba. Medea. Ma'at. And last but not least, Guabansex. All right, so there it is, guys. I got this deck from Amazon.com. I would highly recommend this especially if you're into goddess worship, or if you just want to learn. I think that the one thing is that I don't think that anybody ever, oops, why did I do that? I don't think that anybody ever, I'll just leave them like that though, because they'll be in order. I don't think anybody ever, and then it went. I think that we have a tendency to work with different energies. So, because a lot of people like to just stick with one goddess mainly. And I know that I do. My main goddess is Hecate. I do work with Yemi Ya a lot, but she's very different in the in what I work with her for. Okay. And then, I think that Hecate she's that energy that exists in all women, which is why she's represented by the triple goddess. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up and be on the lookout on the channel. Make sure that y'all click the bell notifier, because I am going to be doing some readings with this deck, and then my other deck, which is the Witch's Kitchen Oracle deck. Okay, I'll see y'all later. Love and light. Thank you for coming, you guys. Bye.